Alrighty. It's time to begin, actually. So, have this. There we go. Now we can hear ourselves think. And there we are. So we are actually going to be prepping a new piece. Well, before we get to this. This is what we started last night. At this stage. And I actually found this today, so that's actually pretty cool. So I think, yeah, it's already been prepped. At least on the front surface. So there's a hairbrush hair right here. Can I get it out? I can, yay. Alright, so because the other one is a almost like a morbid red, kind of suits the Condrock, so I'm gonna do something else, and I think like we'll get all the pink colors out pretty much. Save black. I'll need it later for some of the feathers. But first, I want to get these blues out. I think let's see. I think that's the biggest size. 12. Oh, they're both 12s. Okay. Well, since this one's already a dark brush, I don't want to waste that one just yet. Save that for later. And as you can see, Clem is not on the table right now because I don't want him getting dirty. I fear for that. So we are just going to focus on prepping the new piece. Getting the other colors ready for the next piece. I'll leave the there. Well, there is yellows actually. I think I just want the ochre. I don't think I'll need... No, I won't need the primary yellow. Thank God, that thing is so ghastly. Alright. So, Sally. Ooh, a nice rich deep. That looks kind of whitewashed with the lighting, but it's still got its pigment. It's still wet. Wow. All right. It's pretty incredible, actually. And what I mean by that is that I have not really touched these pigments since college. The fact that they're even remotely usable is incredible. Nice, rich blue. Oh, I forgot to do the Discord announcement. Whoops. I don't know what's going on with Loots, but it's being weird. Anyways. Excuse me. Oh. Don't worry about my desk. This plastic shit will take care of a lot of the worry. Besides, it's already so warped, this plastic stuff. It don't matter. Honestly, it was a matter of time before I started painting on it. This is the reason why I don't have Clem on here, because I don't want to accidentally paint him. Here we go. We're seeing a lot of reflections, unfortunately, from the paint itself, but I don't think it'll hurt. But, yep, there it is. Okay, there's the pigment. Now for some of the fun shit. Now you can't quite see what I just did, but if I do this, that's fun. I like that. That might be a good enough foundation for some of that. So we're just gonna let that dry, and then tomorrow we'll come up with a design that can go on that, or maybe even later tonight if it's dry enough. Man, that did not take long for paint to get onto my hands. Done with the blues. Da 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 da. All right. All right. So now to make space. Now, you're probably wondering why the fuck I'm doing this. This is called the high school method of keeping your fucking acrylics wet. How I learned to do that. And because I'm working with reds next, I need to go dump this water, as that's way too blue. I need to move this too. Not that that's drying. See, it was about time that this got paint on it. I kind of like that. Alright. Working on that. Anyways, I'm gonna go dump this water and I'll be right back. inky paints, I'll tell you. What? I'm painting. I'm sorry. Oh, baby. Oh, you baby. Hmm? Oh my good lord, you're shedding so much, cat. What the heck? Hmm? What's that all about? There. You and your nasty eye goobers. Hmm? Right? This way you can at least somewhat see them. I need to get back to work. Alright. It's okay. There you go. Aw. I wish I had a better angle of them, really. Like an angle from above, even. Nope. That almost does it, but not quite. don't normally have a cough. I think it's just leftovers from yesterday's coughing fit that I had, if anything. That, and I really need to dust my room. I've been saying that for ages now, but now it's getting worse, so. Ooh, stinky paint. I think paint can go bad, if I'm not mistaken. I've definitely not used this paint for least, like, I used it last year a little bit, technically, for painting my mask for Verida. It actually has a name now. Again, thanks to the Plains of Avalon. my phone is charged enough. Probably. Okay. This border piece will need to have multiple layers of white on it before it gets to where it needs to be. High forward. Whoosh, batter swing. I played TF2 back in the day. I know a scout. Not my most played class, that's for sure. Getting there. Pyro Sniper Soldier main. I was Pyro Medic Heavy. Pretty much. And then with a splash of NG here and there. Because damn it, I wanted turrets. Giving you more time to engineer and scout. Yeah. I mean, that's all it really is practice. Man, if you want a good level to really test your patience with either of those classes, that one obnoxious map, I think it's called CP Steel. With that 5-point capture point that you have to do. But if you get the one before the rest, you win. Because it's hard to reach. Hard to reach and well defended. Usually. Been a while since you played that one, but always playing 2-Fort and its variations. Yeah, that's the thing though. 2-Fort is 2-Fort, and there's too many of 2-Fort. I would not. Well, sometimes you need to change it up a little bit for your sake as much as others. I think this was a custom map that I had played a lot of back in the day. Was Rainbow Ride, which is a payload map. And God, that was a fun map. I gotta say, it was yeah, payload's pretty fun, especially if the map is well designed. Rainbow Ride was exactly that, where it basically looks like an more or less unfinished textured stuff, but with the untextured stuff they used different colors instead. So essentially what they did was blues at the bottom, reds at the top, and they did rainbows in between. And they made it work really well. And because I think it went from blue to green to yellow to orange to red, maybe, just so that you could see where you were, more or less. You start at the bottom of the top of this vertical map. And I don't know, I don't know if this server still exists anymore, but it was on the Cafe of Broken Dreams. It says all you need to know about that place. It's a great map. And one of the fun things at the end of the map is that red's at the top. Is it blue defending usually? Yeah, anyways. Red's at the top in any case, and yeah, one of the rare times. Blue's always defensive. Huh. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm getting my memories mixed up a little bit, but yeah. Well, this was more than 5 years ago, so I don't remember the details of it to the best quality. But, yeah, red was definitely up at the top, though, because peeking over the top, like, once you get to the very top, you actually see the skybox, and if blue wins, or whoever's pushing the payload wins, Gabe Newell pops over the location and just starts shooting eye laser beams at everybody. It's great. Good old Gabe N. Yeah. Well, back in the day at least, I don't know if things have changed in that regard. Like, if you think of Gabe as just another dude, then I think you're pretty safe. But it's when people start praising him just because of who he is, that's when it starts getting a little dangerous. Rainbow Ride and CP Steel. That obnoxious one. It's really hard attacking that map. I hate it. I downloaded the game again like last month, I think. Got stuck with that map in the beginning and like, no. And like, kind of tried it twice and like just decided that no, this is not for me. And nobody was going medic, and it just sucked. Couldn't get anywhere until I went medic. And then I just more or less kind of rage quit the game because I was just like, I was fucking done with it. Yeah. Yeah, at least you have friends that keep you playing it. There's like only one other person that I know plays it, but not, I don't know, kind of infrequently. That's where TF2 shines, is when you have good friend groups to play it with. But if you're just playing it solo and you're going into matches or whatever, it's very hit and miss. And I guess the same could be said for Overwatch. But again, these are PvP games. Originally. And I'm still very salty over the fact that the PvE mode is locked behind a paywall for TF2. Because I would genuinely play. I would have played the game so much longer if that was not behind a paywall. And the way how they announced that mode, while I get it that they need to make money from a free-to-play game, not the way that it was kind of shitty, honestly. Like I get the mentality behind Manco and how Saxton Hale is who he is. He's very heavy into testosterone and whatnot. But like after a certain point, man, like I just want to play a fucking game and have some fun. And if I can't do that when the game mode that I want to play is locked behind a paywall, then fuck you. Okay. Because, like, the, what is it? Where you fight the robots. I can't remember that mode. What's his name? Or it's like, man versus machine. With the two ends on the man. Yeah. That was a fun game mode. Actually brought like tactics to the gameplay. I am so fucking salty about that being behind a paywall. Like I like, you get me started I'm already raring to go. Like I want to bite people's heads off. I'm so mad about that. One of the first non-TF2 players it was one of the first things some of the non-TF2 players did when they came to the game. Yeah. Like I have the orange box. I literally paid for it. And got yours on 360. Yeah. I am very much a PC player. So that never gets updated. Well, it's a 360. That's kind of why. Fun fact, Mother originally hated the orange box. Now she loves Valve, especially TF2. Yeah. You get them hooked on Portal, I guarantee you that you'll get them hooked on everything else. She's a fan of the Heavy, even got her a Team Heavy t-shirt for her birthday. Nice. I have the Pyro one, and I think it's from ThinkGeek. So I don't know if they sell that shirt anymore. I know that they don't sell the one mug anymore. Portal's such a great game, though. And, I have much love for that series. I really do beat it within a day and your parents got mad. Well, that's the thing, though. Us younger folks, excuse me, have a natural intuition for video games, whereas people who didn't grow up with video games and whatnot don't quite have that same level of intuition when it comes to thinking like a developer. You're like, dang it, honey. We bought the game and you're supposed to keep going for longer than a single day. Well, that's the thing. Portal 1. Oh yeah, you can beat that within easily within 4 to 6 hours, depending on how fast you get through those puzzles. I think I've marathoned Portal 1 on stream. Was it last year or the year before? I might do that again because it's a fun series to marathon through. I do want to marathon the Half-Life franchise, but I think that will have to wait. Like, I have already that other goal up there that needs to be fulfilled before I work on other goals. Namely, I'm mostly waiting on some IT staff to get in contact with the person so that I can get in contact with them, so that I can get a mic stand and shock mount for my mic. I think I've said this before, but I want a good quality stream for singing. And if I sing, I want to sound nice. For everybody's sake. So, yeah, just waiting on some final things in that regard. Before I move on to other fun stuff with the stream. I'm looking forward to it. But we need to make sure that things are implemented properly before continuing on, and that well, we'll see. As long as because currently you might hear it occasionally. You won't hear it too much over the music, because it's pretty good at the moment. But, now you can sort of see the bird a lot more. It just takes practice. That's all it really is. and patience. Patience is such a fucking virtue, man. Oh, man. Lots of patience. Patience for yourself and patience for the work that you're working on. That is no lie. And plus, I'm already working from a sketch that I did yesterday, so like that helps a lot in that regard. And some of it is technique, yeah, but like... you gotta get it to the point where your muscle memory is just... muscle memory. Really. Like, I'm not an art teacher. That would be weird, honestly. But I like helping people along, if anything, or encouraging others to take up art if they can. Art is not exactly a cheap hobby, but it's fun. There are cheap methods of doing this. For instance, this canvas that I'm using is from a dollar store. Or maybe not, I don't know, it's hard to tell. The next canvas that I'll be using is definitely from a dollar store. You'd be surprised at what you can find at a dollar store these days. There's some surprising qualities out there nowadays for getting your supplies. I had to give up on one store in town because it's no longer the same supplier, and it's some snooty asshole store with supplies that I don't like. Like, very dismissive of my choices too. Like, wow, okay, you're gonna be that sort of store. Hi, Purple! I'm doing pretty good. I've actually been pretty excited to work on this project. In regards to the dollar stores, the two chains that we have here in Canada might be available in the States, but I'm not sure. We have Dollarama and Dollar Tree. And no, I haven't watched Hamilton yet. I'm going to be watching that with my mom tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Hey. Where's the camera? Oh wait, it's on the wrong camera anyway, so... Thank you! Wait, that's a... Did it do it again? That is so weird. I could have sworn that we said that, like, what, yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, that is so weird. Anyways, thank you for the 11 months of Twitch Prime. Enjoy your emotes. That's cool. Yeah, Dollar Tree is actually not too bad, for at least here in Canada, price-wise, because compared to Dollarama. Dollarama is like usually $1.75, whereas Dollar Tree is usually $1.25. So if you're really counting out the dollars that you're spending, aha. Let me just... Mark is complete. They changed the format for that. It's so weird. All right. I'm usually looking at the bot chat, so the bot chat doesn't actually show the redemptions. Excuse me. But they do, like, if I look over at the Streamlabs, it will show the chat, the Twitch chat there. So, thank you for the reminder. I might actually have to go get some more water soon. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this piece. I haven't done acrylics in so long. And this is something that I've been kind of wanting to do anyways for a long while. Like, basically, since Plans of Eidolon launched, I've been wanting to do an acrylic piece for the planes, but never really getting around to it because of other issues at the time. But the one that I want to do specifically, like, this is all Plans of Eidolon stuff that I will be doing with the what I have with the animal designs that I have. I'm really liking, like, even though I'm only using white at the moment, this is a lot of fun. Say hello before you gotta go to bed? Alright. Well, thank you for popping by, Purple. Much appreciated. Alright. All for that. It could be an upside down dab. And goodbye, cat cam, for a moment. Oh, Bye. Have a good night. Well, hello there.
You now have 15 minutes to reach minimum safe
Hello. Hello. Well, this is kind of unexpected. Hi, Smile. Hi, Delerfin. Welcome. I'm actually doing pretty good tonight. We are working on, as you can see in the corner there, we're working on a Kondrak from Warframe. I was about to say World of Warframe, but you know what? That more or less is the same thing. Welcome in, everybody. So I'm just doing basically a layer of white before I do any other colors. Did basically this kind of works out in layers. Like, essentially, I'll show you. Alright, so earlier we prepped this other piece, which is actually a bit bigger, but it's blue. So we're gonna have some fun with this piece later. Maybe later tonight even, who knows. It's probably still technically curing with the paint. It's acrylic though. So I want to give it time to do its thing, dry. And yeah, having fun. And I'm thinking, because the next piece is a bit bigger and it's also blue, I'm thinking of a river, or a fishing, critter for the next one, because this is, a tranquilizer. So, yeah, just sort of having fun, chilling, painting, and yeah. I'm not really sure what the next piece is going to be, though, in terms of creatures. Like, I do want it to be all sort of Plains of Eidolon related. So there's... Ooh. Nope, you know what? I just figured it out. It's gonna be the Trelloc. I know, and I know kind of a way to do it. I think I have the ability to actually be on my ship with Captura. So then I can have the fish in the tank, and then I can do capture that way. Ooh, workarounds. That's nice. Too bad you can't do a workaround for the actual tranquilizer targets, though. That's unfortunate. Because it was last night, for those of you who weren't there, in Warframe there is a mode called Captura, where you take targets that you've scanned and spawn them in so that you can take pictures with yourself, your buddies, up to 8 players, including yourself. Take pictures with different filters, levels of light, and other good stuff. But unfortunately, you cannot, for whatever reason, spawn in the Trek and Trank conservation animals like you used to. And that has been taken away for some reason. because I used it last year, or no, not last year, the year before in 2017, not long after Plains of Eidolon launched. I was able to use it to draw the Kawaka for Inktober, which is an event during October where you force yourself to draw one thing permanently once a day, so that you can basically learn to trust your instincts with painting or drawing or inking without erasing, so that you can get the skill to do things permanently without having to worry about it too much. And so I drew the Kawaka 2 years back using Captura on the map for Inaros' tomb. And I tried it last night and that did not work. So, and I even tried different levels, because sometimes with Captura you're not able to spawn in any enemies whatsoever for whatever reason. The sacrifice scene and the Wolf of Saturn 6 scene do not allow for enemy units to be spawned in for some reason. So I thought maybe it was one of those situations, but no, it's not. It is a fully, you cannot use these critters in any capacity in Captura yet. So I might bring that up soon to them. Yep. Like I don't know if they fixed this issue yet, because this is an issue that I brought up to Taylor earlier this year, where the shark that you see on the Plains of Eidolon, it's called a lynx, and the textures were completely missing. On both the Codex version and the one on Uranus that swims around. So it was basically a black void swimming around, which albeit made it a lot scarier to see when swimming up against it. So that was fun. And we're getting there. Excuse me. The thing is, though, it's not. Ooh, there was definitely a cat hair there. It's not scary enough, to be honest. There's not enough on Uranus to actually warrant an actual scare. Eventually, I'd like to get back into my concept work that I have for Warframe. Because while this is actually really fun and gratifying to be painting again, I would like to get back to some concept work that I'd have for some of the areas, namely the bobbit worm thing that I designed after watching some Planet Earth. Because that was genuinely terrifying and something that could very easily be translated into Warframe. I do have a sketch somewhere. No, I don't remember if it's in this sketchbook or another. I have to find it. I'm pretty sure it's in another. Okay. Okay. Back you go. All right. Yep. Right there. Pretty much. Just put the lid back on that because I don't really need more white for the moment. But this guy right here is essentially what a bobbit worm looks like or behaves. An actual bobbit worm is even more terrifying. But what I tried to do was give Arcwing for scale. I want things underwater that are Leviathan in size and genuinely terrifying. But I also want cute shit that you can get resources from. H.P. Lovecraft story? Yeah, not really. If anything, it looks more like something out of frickin' Tremors. I'll try to get a good image of a... And they're nasty. They're nasty little critters. They will eat fish if given the chance. This bastard right here. Like, beautiful and horrifying. And like, that's their face. And they will eat fish. It's crazy. So, I want to get back to my concept work for that. And other concept work that I have done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So like this stuff right here is stuff that I've done before where I've turned the Grenier Gatling gun into an infested unit. Like with protrusions on its back where the actual turret is. So like you can't really, you can get it here to shoot, to like knock it out maybe. But you can get onto the back and really do some damage on it, but you have to watch out for the guns. Or this is the infested sentry turret for the Corpus side, or just an infested turret. Where it's both an eye, like this is the front end of it, and then you see the back where there's the weak spot. Kind of reminds you of something out of Half-Life or Metroid Prime. I think so. I can see more of the Half-Life. It's just because of the color palettes. This right here reminds me more so of, unintentionally, but it reminds me of the Doms from Beyond Good and Evil. And then this is like a spine doorway where, like, you know how you have those grids that you have to go past? This is essentially doing the same functionality, except you get like a toxic proc if you fail to break the spines before going through. So, stuff like that. And then, like a trap on the floor that you can't see. And it will only like snap up if you've gotten over top of it. And that's it for mine. Except for this. This is like essentially what my trying to do my own take on a infested unit with like an infested boss. Where it's actually supposed to be the different ships sticking out of it at the back. Like Grenier units here, Corpus units here. And then like, I think that's supposed to be the Zephos right there. And then like that's the scimitar wing, and I don't even know what that's supposed to be sticking out the side. Yeah. So there's that. For my very creative, reminds you of your childhood days, always drawing in class and stuff working. Well, this is kind of working in a way. Just coming up with, like, infested upgrades and whatnot. Like, in terms of, like, my original Chroma rework ideas. Like this, just, like, Elemental Ward as a... Because currently, like, as a visual representation, I can't see where the limit of Elemental Ward is. You can see it at your feet on yourself and nobody else. What I would love is an extended ring when you activate it. When you're standing still, it's just like this. And then as you're moving forward, it actually pushes most of the damage up front. Like, you can't see the boundaries where the effect of Elemental Ward is currently. And it's still like that. Like, they really need to rework Chroma so bad. Like, now that he doesn't have the self-damage the same way anymore, it's even further pushed to have a rework done to him. This is the best way that I could visually describe it, at least in a visual sense. He needs a more understanding where his AoE is, because I can't see jack shit where the ring is, the ring of effect is. For the Vex armor, like, I need visual data. Like, I need to visually see what the fuck is going on with the different armors. Like, apparently he has 3 different types of armors going on, and I can't visually tell what the fuck is going on with them. So, like, to tell that the shields are converting to armor. So, like, with Scorn, a visual difference to tell that shields are being converted to armor. With Vex, with Fury armor, a visual difference to tell that health is converting to weapon damage. And with Rampage, a visual difference to tell that weapon damage is active. And, like, I think that still stands. Like, his, if his armor was tied to his elemental abilities, that'd be great. Like, if all of his abilities tied to his elemental status, then that would be great. Speaking of which, Spectral Scream needs a massive rework. My thought process is, like, have a modifier on the side where base 4 elemental powers produce a stronger cone of damage. A pure elemental scream, if you will. Pure flame is displayed here, so, like, let me zoom in a little bit so I can actually read that. First, yeah, so, like, currently he has A, B, and C for his abilities, or loadouts. Now that there's actually the 2 energy, this is before the 2 elemental colors could be done. With the alternate breath that I have designed here, this breath type combines the primary and energy colors to make more liquid-based attack for either corrosive or viral variety. Hybrid breaths would be less powerful than a pure, however. Corrosive breath is displayed here. So, like, I put the primary being the main color, but now that Warf DE has actually put in, like, 2 elemental colors just on the energy right here, they're probably just gonna do that. So, like, so this is to show, like, viral or corrosive will look like a splash or whatever. And then, much like the breath above, this is a visual difference for using a blast breath or radioactive type blast. So it'll fire like a little pellet and then a massive explosion or something akin to that. So that's all as far as I got in terms of Chroma's rework ideas that I had. So, oh, excuse me. So that was that. Anyways. Yeah, like the Spectral Scream is the one I want the most personally. So that we can actually fucking use Spectral Scream and it be worth it. That's my own 2 thoughts on that. 2 pennies, whatever. Because currently Spectral Scream is kind of worthless. And it's really sad. Huh. I've already been live for 2 hours. That's funny. But yeah, I want to get back into like more concept work and while also working on stuff like this. I think this sort of thing is actually a lot of fun and I would like to continue doing this. And I do like working on smaller canvases. So we'll see how that progresses. I know that I would love to open up commissions properly. But I think I need to work on some pieces first before I can get to that. Don't. I don't want my birds singing at midnight. They're supposed to be asleep. Like, I don't think my mom would really hear them too much because she's running a fan upstairs, but still. Because it's, well, it's 11:30, but, like, you know what? It's damn well close enough. There is not much left I have to paint over. Which is pretty nice. So when it was 4th of July for us down here, when crazy people launch fireworks, we always think, oh my god, I can't shut up, before I yeah. Yeah. For here and for us on Canada Day, which was still technically 2 or 3 days ago at this point. Yeah, there was almost no fireworks. One, because, well, we actually had a recent COVID outbreak and not many people want to go out as a result of that. So, I don't remember what the number of cases were officially at the end of that outbreak, but it was way too many people, and I don't think as a result I didn't hear a single firework personally. Mind you, I was already streaming at that point, so, and I think that was the Dauntless stream too. Actually, yeah, it would have been. Yeah, we, no fireworks were really had here. Not many people celebrating in that regard. There was probably still people out there celebrating. I know that our neighbor had family over, and I can't blame them, honestly. I wish people down here would be like that. A lot of crazy religious folk try to keep control. My family keep thinking you're crazy. COVID is still around. Yep, but they'll never listen. Yep, that's why my mom is, even though her church is technically opened and that they're being very safe about the about everything, like they leave communion to the last moment and they go over the rules for how you go up for communion, but it's, I don't know, man. I personally am not a very religious person anymore. Mainly due to the fact that I can't take the visual images along with communion, period. Along with a lot of the other nasty shit that's happened with the church, period. Like, a lot of inexcusable stuff. And even recently, there's actually been a guy in our in my mom's church being accused of pedophilia. So, like, even more reason to avoid the church. So it's just like, yeah, no, yeah. Like, it wasn't one of the actual clergy, but it was a janitor working there. So, like, but it's still, like, fucking disgusting. The fact that you think you can get away with that sort of shit is not excusable. War Witch. Looking at you. fucking unbelievable. I am so mad about him still. Like, there was the allegations from, like, 2 years or 3 back. Like, I think I've rated him maybe once. Because our schedules usually didn't align to begin with. In terms of streaming. But also the fact that yeah, like he had the allegations against him 2-3 years ago. I gave him the benefit of the doubt and should not have trusted him. Warwitch TV. He was another Twitch partner. Yeah. He's deleted his Twitter and he's been banned on Twitch. I don't think he'll actually make, yeah, I'm very happy that he's been banned on Twitch and he deleted his Twitter. But here's the kicker. While he admitted to, being a fucking pedo, grooming a girl of 15, 17, whatever, 15 to 17, his wife, Natalia, knew about these events going on. Like, she's known about every interaction that he's had with women. Like, yeah, people can be flirty. That's their business, as long as it's within their age group and they're not being manipulative assholes. That's fine. But fuck off the moment you think it's okay to start talking to kids. No. You don't get that. There's a special level of hell dedicated for people like you. And I'm not a very religious person. I said that earlier in the stream. So. And meanwhile, I'm talking while those allegations flew that weekend and while he admitted, yeah, I'm glad he's gone too. And while these allegations were coming up again against Warwitch, and after having seen that particular allegation against him and having him admit to it, I was talking to W. Grades. Turns out, he's also a manipulator. Thankfully not a pedo, but still a manipulator of women. And womanizer too. Because, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt at first, with the first allegation. And then 6 others came out. As soon as I read all those other stories, I knew instantly that being his friend was not an option. So, if you're ever... if you ever come across a supposed friend, No, it's not even 3 strikes. You get 2 strikes, maybe. And, there was at least, there had to have been at least 6 other stories that came out, including my own. Where nothing actually really happened in my story. But it was the exact situation where you warn your daughters about, where you don't go into a space alone with a man. Guess we're both around the same age. Maybe he's like 5 years older. Hopefully not 10. I don't fucking know anymore. Where you don't go... Where you, like I was raised, where you look both ways to cross the street. You're home before dark. You don't go to unmarked white vans. And in today's modern age, you don't go alone into a hotel with somebody you don't really know. With somebody that you think you know. I went in alone. Nothing happened, thankfully. But I should have known better. And honestly, it still disgusts me that that even happened. It really infuriates me because this person I thought was legitimately my friend. I thought I had finally made a good choice in people that I could trust. Yeah. I thought I had found somebody that I could actually trust. Yeah. And to find all those stories against him was such a slap in the face to wake up. Because I had seen some clouds going on. Oh, sorry, didn't get started, you guys. I had seen some little warning signs here and there where things were not quite adding up with other people, where they were not looking in our general direction. I wasn't cluing into that, and it really bothers me that, because I have said in the past that I thought these people, this person in particular, was a friend, and it really, really fucking sucks. Because I had considered them part of a found family, and having a found family shouldn't be that hard to find. It really shouldn't. Yeah. No, it's not my fault. That's the thing. It's all his fault. Through all the allegations that were thrown against him, every story said that he didn't want people talking because it would just ruin their career. Well, motherfucker, you should have thought about that well in advance before you started talking to these other women like this. Like, jackass, you should have fucking known. If you want to be fucking polyamorous, admit to it. Well, the thing is, though, he hid it. Yeah. And I didn't know. And he was really good at hiding it, apparently. And that the other women who were involved didn't want to say anything because they were led to believe that the others were going either crazy or they weren't allowed to talk about it. Period. So it just sucks all around. And that's how manipulators control people. They tell people to be quiet and they oblige. Not anymore. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, people were scared to talk, period, because he had power. He was a Warframe partner. Now, Warframe doesn't even have a partner program at the moment. And then all that happened in, like, all those names being named happened in, like, a weekend. And then, that was, like, what, 2 weeks back now? But now we're able to actually do something about it and have enough support. Yeah. The thing is, though, the support is a huge factor in people coming out and talking about these issues. Because before, there was not really anything. And I don't know who started the allegations that weekend about other people, but I'm so glad that they did. Because it wasn't just those two that were named that weekend. Warwitch and W. Greats. No, this was just within the Twitch community, I believe. Twitch and YouTube communities. For last weekend. Although Bill Cosby, yes, is definitely apparently a nasty fucker too that people had to contend with. No, it was just within the Twitch community a couple weekends back, or a weekend back or something like that. Oh, did I do that wrong? There was over 35 allegations last week, or that weekend. That is a lot of people to be named. Named and shamed. It's kind of unreal. So yeah, we're all still feeling the effects of that weekend. I'm pretty sure some people have, like, in regards to myself, you'll probably see down below, like, down below there-ish, or wherever, underneath the stream, that I used to be a part of the Shadowpaw Strike Force, not anymore. And hopefully, I'll be a part of a new team someday. This Shadowpaw was run by Natalia, and Yeah, no way I'm going to be associated with her anymore. Her or Warwitch. So, Dark Forces, Warwitch's stream team that he made, and Shadowpaw Strike Force both disbanded that weekend. It was pretty fucking insane. Like, there's some good people on those stream teams, and I'm still in contact with those people. Like, heck, we raided Rodimus on Monday? Like, yeah, there's still some good people that were a part of that. So, like, so we'll be keeping in contact with some of those people who are still in the good light. Mind you, I'll definitely be side-eyeing a lot of things now, for sure. But, while having those being on a stream team did help for a period of time, it's good that there's still some decent people around. I think that's one thing. Reason I won't be take part in any stream teams. Here's the thing, though. Like, we didn't know, or we had a sense that we knew that stuff had happened in the past, but didn't know the extent of it. Because abusers and manipulators will tell people to be quiet, and they will be quiet until somebody speaks up, and then they all speak up. Or most of them will speak up. I shouldn't say all, because that doesn't always happen. Why I'm painting over these again, I guess. I just wanted to get rid of the sketch underneath. I don't want to use an eraser, apparently. Gotta be careful not to use too much paint, because I do have to go over it again with other colors. I think my venting's done. Like, I will still feel angry about what happened. But, I think, for the most part, I think I'm good now. I've never been, like, other than Soul Calibur 2, I want to say, on the GameCube, I've never been really into fighting games per se. It's okay, Allie. Go back to sleep. I'm a fan of those kind of games. More used to the side-scrolling beat 'em ups like Streets of Rage. Ah. Those ones definitely have their charm too, but again, not one I've been really into. I think it's because I've never really been into the arcades myself. And I've been because of Robocop and Terminator. Yep, and that's the exact reason why they get those franchise names, so they can get new players in and hope and pray that they invest into the older games as well. Because with Soul Calibur 2, I want to say, they had Link in the GameCube version. I think Yoda on the Xbox and Darth Vader on PlayStation, if I recall correctly with that version. Bought it for a friend on Steam, but he can't play it until his birthday took it away. It actually is called Kappa. That's so fucking funny. This song is actually called Kappa, and it triggered the emote. That's so fucking funny. Like, I had to do a double take because I saw the Kappa emote. I'm like, there's no way. And then I look at Pretzel Rocks and like, it totally is. It totally is called Kappa. No, not Twitch hiccup. Just the naming convention that somebody went with and knew what they were doing. But yeah, no, I totally get that with the gaming allowances and whatnot. Trolling Twitch streamers everywhere. Yeah. It's so funny. I love it. Yeah, it really is. Makes me wonder if somebody's like tried doing something else of a similar nature. Oh, sweet. That's cool. Now I think I might have told this story before where my sister won the N64, but we had no clue who or what Capcom was. We were just naming all the Marvel characters and went blank on every Capcom one. Yep. That was basically my experience with Smash Brothers. We're just like, who are these Fire Emblem characters? Now I know a little bit more about those Fire Emblem characters, but I still don't really care about them. But the story that I wanted to tell was like one time, in terms of like similar levels of excitement, my sister won the N64 from Toys R Us back in the day in a contest. Because both me and my younger sister entered into it, and I think my father did at the time too. I think we all entered in, and I think we had the limited number of entries that we could use. So I think we entered in twice? I think that was the limit. And so we weren't really expecting to hear anything back for a much longer period of time. And so one day we get a call, and the person on the phone, this is back when we had a landline too, ask if they could speak to my sister. And we're like, okay, who is this random person who wants to talk to my younger sister? So she picks up the phone, and this is with landline phones too. This is with a corded phone on connected to the house. And so she's got the phone wrapped around her a little bit, wrapped around behind her, and she picks up the phone and she's listening to the person on the other side, and I'm there in the kitchen with her because this landline phone is in the kitchen area, in the dining area or whatever. And so and then I think my mom is actually in the kitchen, and then more people, different family members start coming into the area, and so Cora, my younger sister, picks up the phone, and as she's listening to the conversation on the opposite end of the phone, her jaw starts slowly opening, and she's just gobsmacked with how with the idea of actually winning the Nintendo 64. So we won not Snap, Pokemon Stadium 2. With that, with the game. That was the game that we got with that. And then, God, Pokemon Snap is now... Pokemon Stadium series. Could you imagine if they brought that back as well? Because they brought back Pokemon Snap for the Switch. I'm totally getting that, by the way. Because I've never had the chance to actually play it. So like, I think I'm gonna try to use up as much as this white acrylic as possible tonight. I don't have to worry about it drying out or whatever. My mother is excited about the new Pokemon stuff. Yeah, I never even got a chance to play the original game. Cause I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was behind not playing it, but we Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. And just like the whole slew of mini games that they had. And oh shit. That they had, and because that's primarily what it was. It was just a whole slew of different mini games that you could play that everybody loved, and I'm definitely looking forward to Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, sorry, coming out for the Switch. I just wish I had the means of streaming it, because I don't. So I'll flat out say that this right here, unlocking all the affiliate emotes, that was an expensive goal. It was done only because I had the money to do so. But if I had a new goal, I don't think it would be as expensive technically. Like getting the capture card or whatever for the Nintendo Switch. I think that's doable in terms of like a stream upgrade or a green screen, one or the other. I think that's more doable in terms of like donation goals. Well, if I could, I don't have the ability to do so yet. Because I am on a fixed income at the moment. I cannot really do it much myself. My income is coming from the CERB. And for those of you who don't know what that is the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit in response to COVID. So, and speaking of which, I actually have to reapply Monday, I think, to make sure that I get the benefit package again for July. Nope. No, it's still the ESRB. What is that called? The ERB? Or the ESRB? Yeah. I thought so. Excuse me. Yeah. I'm pretty dang happy with how this has turned out tonight. There's only a few more things that I'd like to touch up on, if anything. What's this called? Wolf by Approaching Nirvana. It's a fun one. Yeah, they have a lot of great tunes. Yeah, I've noticed that whenever their songs play on Pretzel Rocks, I'm like typically paying more attention to those songs because they have really good music. Also, whenever Miracle Sound plays as well, because he's a fucking amazing artist as well. Although his music I don't think plays as often on this channel. The Upbeat station, I should say. Night got a smile. I got kind of like hung up on the words there. Yeah, I'll be heading to bed soon too. I've got a little bit left to do, I think. Yeah, you sleep well. I know I'll be heading to bed soon myself. This has been a lot of fun tonight. Despite some of the topics covered. This has been a lot of fun tonight. Getting this to this stage. Freaking donut wings. I'm just also very happy that these paints still work after all this time of inactivity as well. It's pretty freaking remarkable, honestly. And then my paintbrushes actually held up somewhat. Although I have lost a couple bristles within this stream alone, so we'll see. This song makes me want to play fucking Beyond Good and Evil. Good lord. Chasing lightning by big giant circles? Yep. Yeah. I'm really happy with this so far. The old Alone in the Dark or the new one? I don't know. It's probably a remake. It says the 2010 one. This is Big Giant Circles typically has done original songs and has done remixes, and they have been sought out for other works, and it's pretty cool. Because I've known Big Giant Circles since the Overclocked remixes. That I used to frequent their stuff a fair bit. But the thing is, though, with Pretzel Rocks, you actually, like, I would love to be able to afford giving a proper subscription to Pretzel Rocks. So that way I'm actually giving royalties to the artists that are playing their songs on here. Because you don't want to go royalty free. Royalty free means nobody is getting paid when they should be. You want DMCA free music. And that's what Pretzel Rock is. You are paying for DMCA free music, or for free in my case currently. A lot of good artists go relatively unknown these days. And here's the thing. Even if I did pay for the subscription, it gives, if you subscribe to Pretzel Rocks, it gives you the option to take away the Pretzel Rocks now playing side quest by Psycho Crooks. It takes away that. I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna leave that in, because then people in chat will know instantly what song is playing, and if they miss that song for whatever reason, they can still do this, and it'll say, oh, now playing blah blah blah. So, like, I would much rather leave that function in, so that people will automatically know what song is currently playing, both in stream, because it pops up here, and it'll also link to the song on the station, so that you can go to an alternate tab and save the song as much as you like. Yeah, exactly. Like, nobody wants to fill up chat to ask a question like that when it could be so easily answered by a bot. Alrighty. So, here's somebody who we haven't said hello to in a while. And they're currently playing some Diablo 3. Because we need to go on a raid. So, let me see. Where are my cameras at? That one's here. That one's there. Okay. So we need to go on a raid and say hello to Mr. Papa Bear is Z. And I can actually turn off that big light now. We haven't said hello to him in a wee while. Oh my gosh. So yeah, he's currently playing season 21 of Diablo. I was about to say Demon Souls, close enough. But yeah, so I typically have weekends off, but if I get the itch to continue working on this piece, which I probably will, to be honest, if I get the itch to work on this tomorrow, I probably will stream. Otherwise, probably will wait until Monday before I stream again. We'll see. Not sure when I'll go live next, and so just keep an eye on Twitter, keep an eye on Discord, make sure you know where the announcements are in generally. But yeah, so have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye!